Good evening. Konbanwa. It's Tom, and I'm in Japan. I've had many requests to update my video about my current status, so I wanted to spend a little time with you and let you know what's going on here in Japan. So it is right now Tuesday evening, a little after 10. That's Tuesday, March 15th, and I'm at Narita City. Narita City is about 1 hour outside of Tokyo, and Narita is where the largest airport is that comes into Tokyo. As I said last week, I'm on my way to London, so I'll be leaving tomorrow morning. But I did want to bring you up to date on what's been happening here in Tokyo and in Japan, and I'm sure you've been watching many of the news accounts on television. So what I'd like to do is just show you some of the newspaper headlines that have come out over the last week. The first one was on Saturday, and if you remember, the earthquake happened at 2:46 p.m. on Friday afternoon. The first headline came out on Saturday, and this is from the Daily Yomiuri, which, by the way, this is a great newspaper. It's in English, and it's really helpful for those of us like me who live in Tokyo. So the first headline came out and it said, "Massive quake strikes, at least 20 dead after 8.8 tremor." And you can see also down there, there's a picture of the tsunami. And, you know, for those of you who've been watching, I'm sure all of you have, the tsunami was very devastating. So the earthquake first came out and people thought it was going to be an 8.8 or that it was an 8.8. The next thing that came out on Sunday, Daily Yomiuri again, reactor meltdown feared. Quake disabled Fukushima nuclear plant's cooling system. And there's a picture on here of Tokyo, or Japan. Actually, it's on a part of the fold. You couldn't see it there. But there's a picture about some of the impacts and what they expected to have happen. So everyone was worried about the nuclear plant at that point in time. Then the next day, on Monday, this headline came out, 20,000 missing in 2 towns, and also the magnitude of the earthquake was raised up to 9.0. So there are many, many people missing. This is mostly because of the tsunamis. And in fact, in one prefecture, that's like a county or a state, probably a combination of the two. It's smaller than a state but larger than a county. A prefecture, they expect 10,000 people to be missing in one prefecture alone. And then today, this headline came out, second reactor hit by blast. TEPCO, that's Tokyo Electric Power Company, official hints meltdown may be underway. So there's a lot of concern now about the nuclear issues that are happening. Many of the people are very concerned in the community. Today they were reporting even that in Tokyo the radiation levels were much higher than normal. So it's something that everyone is really concerned about. So I was planning to stay, but I had this trip scheduled to London anyway, so I'm going to leave for London. I should be back on Saturday, and I'm really hoping that I will be able to get back. You know, you've all, I'm sure, been watching the news reports. There are many people that are hurting here in Japan. It's a very serious situation, but I have to tell you that the Japanese people are handling it very, very well. There are long lines everywhere, there's disruptions, there's incredible inconveniences, and for those of us who lived through the hurricanes in South Florida, you know what I'm talking about. But the people here have been very patient. They've, you know, really been very understanding about the whole situation. They're just waiting to get news and that sort of thing. So I don't know right now the best way to help the people here, but they definitely need help. And I will make sure that I get some information out in the future on how we can help the people of Japan. So thanks for listening to the update. I promise I'll get another update soon, and hopefully I'll be back in Tokyo this weekend so I can bring it to you from Tokyo. So thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. Good evening.